Cardano's waking up. It's time to get serious. We might be looking at 3, 5, 10x life-changing profits, if you're early. But why is this happening? Cardano's been in a slump since 2022. Sure, it was a darling in the last bull run because it's always been seen as a serious project, but it's been limping ever since, leading some to just write this off entirely until recently. So what happened? Cardano's biggest pump ever might be just about to happen right now. I'm going to take you through the whole story. I'm going to dive into Cardano and its competitors, the 3 key reasons why it slumped while others didn't, and the series of events that show everything is about to change.
The Cardano story.
A lot of this has to do with the Cardano founder and Ethereum co-founder Charles Hoskinson, but I'm also involved. I created a little bit of a reaction within the Cardano space. Here's some context. If you don't know, Cardano is a research-backed blockchain that takes the good from Bitcoin and removes some of the bad. What differentiates it is how secure it is and how grounded it is in science, which you would think would just make it popular by default, but it has a few key competitors, Ethereum and Solana.
The competitors.
And if you're going to understand why Cardano's on the verge of pumping, you need to understand its rivals. Ethereum was the first blockchain to introduce smart contracts. This is extremely important. They're self-executing pieces of code that are stored directly on the blockchain. The idea was it would be a blockchain mining network and a software development platform all rolled together into one. These smart contracts would allow Ethereum users to create decentralized apps, to create businesses, gaming platforms, fintech, wherever their imagination can go, they could build it on Ethereum and make a decentralized version of that thing. Vitalik, the inventor of Ethereum, calls it a world computer. Sounds pretty good, right? But it has a few issues. It's not super scalable and has high transaction costs. Ethereum also has a fair share of whales, super large holders, which somewhat undermines the idea of being fully decentralized. But either way, updates within the Ethereum ecosystem have improved most of the concerns in this system, dramatically since its initial launch. But it's still seen as having some problems that need solving. Solana is an attempt at one of these solutions to improve on the Ethereum idea. Solana is theoretically one of the fastest blockchains. It has this unique proof of history consensus that helps it gain speed. The time and energy required to validate transactions on Solana is significantly reduced. This is one reason why it has those crazy high transaction throughputs while retaining crazy low fees. And then of course there's Cardano. Cardano was one of the first rivals to Ethereum, and it actually was led by an Ethereum co-founder, Charles Hoskinson. Cardano is unique because it runs on a scalable and energy efficient proof of stake system called Ouroboros, which sets Cardano apart because it's provably secure. That's not just a promise, provable. It's mathematically rigorous and extremely resilient to attacks. It's also highly sustainable and interoperable through sidechains. This is all great, especially the security. That really matters. Funny story, there was actually an attack on the network recently that Cardano handled like absolutely nothing happened. It slowed transactions a tiny bit, but it was like,
Is that all you got, old man?
You can even pick up Cardano on sites like iTrust Capital, and iTrust is unique because you can actually hold cryptos in a retirement account, and this is interesting because it means you can make big wins in crypto and pay 0 taxes on your gains because it's in a retirement account. Super interesting if that aligns with your tax strategy. I'll have them linked below if you're interested in checking them out. But if you're building a digital currency or smart contract platform, ask yourself this question: what could possibly be more important than security? Not a lot. Like, speed matters, but it doesn't matter if security sucks. Plus, Cardano has another cool idea, which is its layered architecture. There's one layer for a ledger of transactions and another layer for smart contracts. This keeps it clear and efficient. So when you take all this into account, it makes sense that Cardano pumped so much back in the 2021 bull run. It's a solid, research-backed, ultra-secure project. It just makes sense. But if it makes sense, why did it slump? And then stay slumped? Well, first of all, everything slumped after the 2021 bull run. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, so that's not super abnormal. But what is a bit abnormal is that Cardano hasn't seen any major rallies in 2024 that the other cryptos have. And there's a few reasons why. First, Cardano doesn't have the narrative thrust of Solana or Ethereum. Ethereum has that spot ETF looming and big updates. Solana has meme coins that are just absolutely propelling that ecosystem and the excitement around it. Cardano, it just hasn't had this fuel to keep that energy up. Second, Cardano's core value add, reliable, research-backed technology and security, that's harder to understand than Solana being fast or Ethereum being first. From a brand point of view, it's just a bit of a tougher sell. When a system works, You don't think about it just works. This means it hasn't seen as much development or adoption, compared to Ethereum or Solana, not to mention the fact that it takes longer to develop on Cardano. It's a bit harder to program on. They've made some updates there, but it is what it is. It's a bit harder. So when you have several ecosystems competing against each other and you can look at each one and you're like, well, they're all good. None of them are bad. None of the top 10 cryptos are bad. You look at Cardano, like it's just another good project, one that has rock solid fundamentals, but people aren't perceiving it that way, or at least they haven't been. And this is part of the change that have been happening. But first, there's a third reason why it's slumped. And it's tied to this perception issue, which has been reinforced by the community. Going back to my opening tweet, Cardano fans need to realize that crypto is a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you go around all day saying there's no hype in Cardano anymore, guess what? There will be no hype. So a lesson here is if you like something, speak on the aspects you like about it. This tweet really made the rounds on Cardano Twitter, but really, it's not rocket science, it's just marketing. If you get doom and gloom about a project that you like, that echoes in the whole community. If the whole community gets doom and gloom, that echoes in the price. It's pretty obvious. And amazingly, a few days after making that tweet, I noticed a fundamental change in sentiment. It was dramatic. People were mentioning my tweet as a marker of this change. It was pretty crazy. So I decided to follow up with even more opinions on how the tides could potentially change. Two truths in crypto 2024. Perception is reality, and a small community can shape global perception, which means a crypto community of a few thousand people pushing a consistent, clear message for a good product. It has to be a good product. That product will always win. It really is that simple. And this seemed to work. Over the course of the next month or so, positive sentiment in the Cardano community and ecosystem just went up and up and up. Eventually, Twitter was just flooded with these positive comments about how great it is. More on that later, because a lot of this was thanks to the contributors and community at SNEC. We cannot give that community enough credit. It is insane. SNEC is a rapidly growing meme coin and the largest token on the Cardano ecosystem. I'm affiliated with this project. I chose to be affiliated because it has this great brand, it has great contributors and a great community. All SNEC is waiting for is a big exchange listing, and it's taking big steps to get that. One guy, RTB, is even doing a live stream 24 hours a day until this happens. SNEC has become the community coin and effective marketing arm of Cardano, and people absolutely love it. Here's a perfect example. When Yummy Universe, a Cardano NFT project, rug pulled its holders, more than 5,000 of them, SNEC stepped in and airdropped every single wallet that got rugged, simply because SNEC feels SNEC is Cardano. There's such an alignment there. So there's so much positivity for Cardano that just started building and building, driven by individual holders, the community, top personalities, and great projects. However, something even bigger happened, which took that positivity and amplified it 10x. And in typical crypto fashion, it looked like this. That's Charles Hoskinson, founder of Cardano, tweeting about his massive pig named Nike. And of course, you guessed it, crypto being crypto, someone immediately made a Nike meme coin on Cardano. SNEC had already paved the way for meme coins on Cardano, so Nike was landing on fertile soil, and boy, did the community roll with this token. In a couple days, it was worth a few $1 million, proving the power of the Cardano ecosystem. And this really boosted morale in the Cardano community. The hype, the activity, the pace, and this meme coin madness that's become commonplace on chains like Solana, that's all growing on Cardano too. And the team behind SNEC absolutely loves this. When projects like Nike succeed, everyone on Cardano succeeds. At SNEC, we're focused on growing the pie, not our individual slice. That's super, super important. And not to mention, Nike wouldn't be possible without SNEC's token generator. They literally use SNECX, our token generator, to make Nike. None of this is surprising. Cardano is a rock solid project with rock solid fundamentals. All it needs is a better perception of its narrative and its brand, and then we will see that price increase. Success stories like Nike help to do this. They show that Cardano is a great place to be, and it's all driven by the community. The community matters more than anything. Now we're seeing a lot of investors in other ecosystems see that it's still early for Cardano, and they're moving over. The proof is right here. Cardano was a darling in the last bull run. It'll likely be a darling again. And unlike Ethereum and Solana, which have enjoyed their time in the sun, Cardano is still early. The opportunity here is insane if you just look at the details. And people will watch this and be like, bag holder, he's just trying to...
Whatever, okay.
Research it, look into it. That's all I gotta tell you. Of course, all of this depends on the community. Of course, there's randomness here, but the lesson here is speak about what you like, drive the hype, And moments like Nike and projects like Snack will keep happening, and Cardano's price will climb if we keep seeing those things happen. It's just a flywheel. Positivity breeds even more positivity, which breeds more people moving over to the ecosystem because people want positivity, which breeds results, and that feeds back into more positivity. And that's where we could see a 3x, 5x, 10x. Who knows where this thing could go? If you build the hype, they will come. So what am I doing next? Well, I haven't sold any of my Cardano or my SNEC, both of which are my top 5 holdings, full disclosure. And if you want to follow my portfolio moves and research in real time, and more importantly, the moves of my head of research, Kyle, the man who traded $26 up to 2.7 million in crypto, then make sure you check out Finova, link below. Grab your spot. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.